Welcome back to Third Coast Podcast. I'm Joe. What it do, Gators? And you're listening to episode 286, Hidden in Plain Sight, featuring Aaron Simone, the lead front man for Trainwreck Method. And we discuss all their recent activities from recent shows, their upcoming music releases. And Aaron gives us a really interesting story of y'all just got to listen to it. It's crazy in itself. And we also dive into the origins of Bitcoin, hydrogen water bottles, and chiptune, and a whole lot more. So we're excited to have y'all back for this wonderful show on the slow march to episode 300. And if you ain't checked out Third Coast Podcast, check out Third Coast Podcast at 5000ws.thirdcoastpodcast.com on all major streaming platforms, on all social media platforms. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's get into the show. How you doing this afternoon, Aaron? Welcome back to the show.
Oh, man, thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be back here. But I do have one question. How many episodes have you done so far?
This will be episode 286.
Holy shit, that's a lot of episodes, brother. How do you do it?
A lot of hard work, I guess you would say. Been a 2-week hiatus. Sorry about that, listeners out there, but back on the road with the show, and appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely. It's you have my respect because you family man, work, and you're doing the podcast. That's straight hard work. You have my deepest respect for this.
Hey, likewise, you do the same thing. Y'all been on the road, moving around with the band, and that's impressive because you family man, you work too, and all that nice jazz.
Yeah, Trainwreck. We've been pretty busy. Last weekend we did 2 shows. We started in Mallory at Babylon. Then we moved to, where was it?
Huckleberry?
Yeah, it was Huckleberry. Sorry, you've kind of blinked there. It was a long weekend. So 2 shows. And past Friday, we did Leesville, Froggy Bottom. By the way, if you ever go to Froggy Bottoms, their fried pickles, unbelievable. Holy shit.
And that's in Leesville?
Leesville.
Nice. So where's Metairie at?
Right outside New Orleans.
Oh, well, y'all been traveling then.
Yeah, this coming Saturday we'll be in Houma at I think it's a Rewind venue, playing with LA Phantoms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, them boys. Check out LA Phantoms. You will love their music. They're fun, they're catchy, great, just old school punk. I love it. They're really good people to be around.
So y'all, it's just going to be y'all 2 performing down there?
Yes.
So how long of a set, since it's just going to be 2 bands playing? Do y'all get a little bit more time on stage?
Yes, we will get a little bit more time. But Gus, a.k.a. Gustavo, he had incorporated some into our music, like the beginning of certain songs, clips before the song starts off. So like one of our songs, When Foundation Breaks, which is about anti-government song and everything, he has a bunch of clips before the song actually kicks in, talking about the government and everything.
Oh, nice.
So that expands the song and the set and everything. And we have a couple of more things we're working on. We're working on 2 cover songs. Last Friday we introduced it. I'm gonna say we did a Doors song. People Are Strange. Except we twisted it around and did it into our style. We kind of made it into metal instead of just rock.
Well, that's an interesting take.
It is interesting. It was fun to do. Really fun. Gus had an idea. Hey, let's do a Doors song. I was like, should we? Then when he said what it was, the first thing that came to my mind was Lost Boys. Everybody knows that song from Lost Boys. Fuck it, let's do it. And it's coming out pretty good. Then we have another one we're trying to cover. I'm not going to say it just yet.
So is there any song that's been brought to the table that y'all covered that you're like, nah, we're not going to do that?
Yeah, there's a few. When I think of a cover song, I want to do something that doesn't pertain with metal at all. I would prefer trying to take a pop song, 80 pop song, then changing it into metal. I think that would be a bit fun to do. They had a couple of them that we did bring to the table, and we're like, no, let's not try it. I think we're going to butcher it more than anything or make ourselves embarrassed. So he brought Doors to the table, and then we have another one. The reason why I think we all agreed to it because we're older fellas, mid 90s. We grew up through the 80s and 90s. And when we picked this one, and I was like, this suits us because of our background and our era we grew up in. So once we get it down packed and not so much chopped up the way it is, we put our own twist to it. Hopefully everybody will enjoy it.
And it's nice to see y'all got y'all's drummer back. Maybe tell him not to climb on more roofs. Because ain't that what happened? He broke his arm, right?
I think it broke more than his arm, but it broke his fucking head. No, he fell through a roof. He didn't fall off a roof, fell through it. First, it was a fence. Copper shouldn't jump fences, or copper should not be on roofs. I think he should just stay on the ground. Not up, not too low, just mid-level. But no, he's back in game. And like I said, we got Dre. Dre is such a pleasure to be around. He's been on the scene for longer than me. I've been like 27 years. He's been doing it longer than I have. And his background brings such a diverse to our music. And he is just a fun guy to be around. And when you can actually sit down and talk to somebody about just, like I like to talk about politics or just random things, this guy, man, he'll sit there and talk to you about it. And these random text messages he gets that he sends to the group, it's like 2 a.m. that I don't know why the fuck he's up that early. I know I am because I got to go to work and everything. It puts a smile on your face because it's the most randomest shit you can ever come up with. So he's a really great guy.
That's always good to hear that new attachment to the band is fitting in well, and y'all are progressing and growing too.
Yeah, we are. Gus's guitar work is getting heavier and a bit faster, and that's going to bring a different diversity to our music.
Besides metal, have you tried any other like instruments or genres of music?
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
Like some of our first bands were more experimental, the different vocal effects and everything. We tried with it and everything, and mainly I haven't really tried much. I'm more of a writer. I like writing different things and try to incorporate that with our music. Even though we're metal, I like to write depressing stuff, and maybe it will work out with what they're writing and everything. But as for different genres, I mean, if I listen to rap, it has to be 80s rap, not this crap they have today, which I don't consider as rap. I like retro music, retro wave, synthesizer music. That's something maybe later down the line I might dive into.
I was introduced, my buddy, big shout out Tanner, in Tennessee. He was telling me, showing me his new music he was doing, and it's like DJ, but it's samples from video game like music. And they all clip it all together. And I never heard that before.
Really?
Yeah, it was first time. It blew my mind away. He was like, hey man, I want to, possibly come do something with you and stuff. We were in the Army together. He was a medic, I think. I might be lying. It's been years.
It's fine, man.
But yeah, I was introduced to that genre of music, and I didn't know that was a big thing nowadays.
Yeah, actually, it started. I don't know. I don't want to butcher their name, but it's a band from New Orleans. They're not around anymore, I don't think. They're called Raccoon City Massacre. They did the same thing. It's called Nintendo Core.
Yeah,
is what it is. So they took clips from video games and everything and made heavy music around it, which the first band I ever heard that did that, and they were called Horse the Band. If you want to really find out they're freaking phenomenal, and they do it very well. I don't know if they're around anymore, but that's what I was introduced to, and that's when I started finding more and more bands were doing it. It's not as commercialized or mainstream. But if you're into that stuff, I would definitely dive into it.
Yeah, from what I was listening to, his music is pretty cool. You know, it's something different. And
yeah, it's what you look for different because you get tired of the same old heavy riffs and everything. But if you have certain breakdowns, you hear Mario running across on the music. Yeah, it's freaking catchy, dude. I love it. Yeah, it's cool stuff.
I don't know. It's just like you said, when you listen to the same stuff over and over, you start looking for different avenues. You know, it'd be kind of cool though. Like modern day music right now, like pop and like hip hop is blending into country music. Y'all should blend some like old school country with some metal.
Well, that would be more of Gus's. Gus is a really talented person. I don't know if he knows that. He has a great singing voice and everything. He has is gritty, but it's grungy type. But he would be the person to incorporate that because his mind is wired that way for some reason. I don't know if he knows that, but I've seen it. So I would almost hear him putting some kind of Western sound to it, then breaking off into a metal riff. He would be the person to do it.
Yeah, we definitely need to get the whole group back on. It's been a while.
Oh yes, we need to get those clowns in here. Well, not Dre. The other two are clowns. Dre's more of a professional guy to me because he'll just straight up talk about music the whole time, which is I like it. It's professional. But yeah, we need to get the whole band back here. Oh, band. Copper, Gus, Dre, shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Can't wait till Saturday comes around. We're gonna throw it out again.
And when do y'all all travel together when y'all go to the different venues, or y'all just kind of meet up?
Sometimes we'll travel together. Most of the time lately we've been meeting up there because our work schedule and just life is just different from everything.
Oh, okay. Just you gonna have some merch out there too?
Yes, we have merch for sale. We have T-shirts and we have stickers. I'm sorry I forgot yours. my apologies. I had it sitting right there on my bed. Don't forget to bring it. I fucking forgot. But we do have merch. We have 2 songs out. We're in the process of trying to lay a whole album out because all we need is like 4 more songs and we have a whole album. We have enough material. We just have to find someone to not rape us on the price and get it recorded.
Yeah.
That's always a big issue.
And get quality too.
Quality is the best thing. We're always looking for quality. I mean, if we didn't want quality, we'll just do it ourselves, plug in, and how it sounds. But I personally don't like that. I like to have everything sounding somewhat professional.
And what you think, like 10, 12 songs or what is a good number for an
8.
album?
I would say 8.
8.
Depending on length of songs. If you some bands don't have like their songs are like 2 minutes long, well then you might want to record 15 songs. But some of our songs are over 5 minutes long, so 8 would be a good round.
And when you go into the studio, is that a different? Is it harder in the studio than the stage?
Absolutely, because your mics are compressed. So vocally for me, it's more challenging because since the microphone's compressed, you're not really able to project because it's not loud. It's just muffled in there and everything. So you have to, I guess, use your diaphragm a little bit different than being live. Because on a live stage, if you cuff your mic, you will have a higher pitched squeal or something. So it is different. Also, depending on, hopefully the guy mixing it knows what they're doing and not completely butcher your voice or your sound.
I wonder if it's the difficulty scale versus like clean singing versus like metal and screaming and the pitches. Is it harder to record that than to record someone just clean singing?
I think it's more clean singing would be easier because when you're, I don't want to say screaming, but when you're doing heavy vocals, depending on if you're trying to get a lower tone or a higher tone, it would be different. Clean vocals, the way I do clean vocals, a lot of people say I sound like Zach, I think it's Zach Dello Hochu from Rage. My clean vocals are like that, so it's not that hard. I'm basically somewhat rapping but clean talking over everything. As for an actual singer that has high-pitched voices and everything, I think it would be easier for them. That's just my opinion.
So when it comes to being, singing, and doing, your heavy vocals, is that something you have to practice every day, or do
Yeah.
you have to take breaks?
I don't practice it every day. I had this past show, an older guy came up to me. He's like, "Man, how do you do it?" I'm like, "Do what?" Say, "My voice will be shot." I was like, "Nah, I practice. I've been doing this for over 20 something years, so I had plenty of time to not use your throat because if you use just your throat, you're gonna butcher it. Not to where you're gonna have surgery. It's just gonna hurt a lot. But you use your diaphragm. That's how I use it to get certain pitches and everything."
All right. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it does take work to do. It's not like you just grab the microphone and you just start yelling. That's ridiculous. If you think that's how it works, it's not.
No, I just kind of picture you just, I don't know, like, cause you work out and doing, all your different workout exercise, just, ooh, that was a good one. I don't know that. Maybe it's funny to me, maybe not to everybody else watching or listening right now, but
Yes, man. I mean, maybe I do get a couple of grunts out when I'm trying to lift heavy. I might get an idea, but no, it's not that. Shower sometimes, good acoustics. You could work out, work your vocals through that. I mean, but mainly going to work. It's just me in my truck, and I recite all the lyrics of our songs going to work. Good way to wake up too.
and good way to stay on point too.
Exactly. That's yes. That's always the key. Because if one person falls off during the middle of a song, guess what? Your whole set's gonna sound like crap, and we don't like that.
Yeah. Especially with all the time and effort got put into it.
A lot of time and effort, and so we do. So one of us do. I hate to say it this way, but if we do find somebody screws up during a set, but the crowd doesn't notice, but we notice, yeah, we will give you a hard fucking time. Now, how can you do that? We've been practicing for months, and all of a sudden you forget to play this part. Now, how's that happen? And it just fucking happens because you'll space out, or you see the crowd getting into it, and you get into it, and you just forget your part.
Does that happen to you sometimes when you're up there?
I get my words twisted. I'll sing the chorus over the verse, and I'll twist that all up. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, well, fuck, I can't go back that way. I just have to keep going with this fucking song. And it'll piss me off more than anything. They'll give me a hard time, but I'm my biggest crit. I will fucking drive home that night just cursing myself. How the fuck you could forget that, dude? You wrote the damn lyrics. But it happens to the best of us.
And with all these different venues, who takes care of that? Is there like, a dedicated person in y'all's band that like lines up, or it's just like if you find a gig and then Gustavo finds a gig, it's something like that?
I have a few people contact me through social media. Say, hey, you want to play a show? And I'll text the guy, say, we're free this day. Or that, Dre's been doing setting up, Gustavo's been doing it too. Basically those two. I try to stay, when I was in some of the other bands, I was doing all the setting up shows, and I just got tired of it. It wears me out. Cause I'm not, right now we're socializing, but away from here, I'm not that big of a social person. And it just drains my energy when I have to constantly keep up with, talking with people.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah. So I pretty much push that on to them. If you contact me, yeah, I will get with the guys. But other than that, I'm not searching. I'll let them do it.
Yeah, I've noticed that like most like shows or anything's like on Fridays and Saturdays, unless it's like in a real big city like New Orleans or something.
Yeah, I don't mind playing during the week, only if I know we're gonna pull a crowd. Because if we know we're not gonna pull a crowd, and I hate to say it that way, it's not worth our time of going to work, getting off work, grabbing our gear, driving to the show, do the show, go back home, get 2 hours of sleep, and go to work. It has to wait. It has to even out somewheres.
Yeah.
Because it has happened to me a couple of times where I had a Monday show. We did it once. It was in Baton Rouge. I think it was at Fallamara. We did it. It was a fun show, but the payoff wasn't what it should have been. Because I did the show, got home, showered, went to bed. 2 hours later, I'm back at work. It's draining, but it's fun too. Like I said, you just have to you have to weigh it out. Is it worth it or is it not worth it?
Yeah, that's the hardest part about trying to push forward and put your idea and passion out there, is because you got so much on, already right there in front of you: kids, work, family, bills, taxes, and then you step out and say, I'm gonna do all that and do this too. So, and then with y'all are doing shows, traveling around, so I know that's a lot too. Like for the show, like, yeah, we're sitting down an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then boom, we're done. But y'all are going late at night, setting up after work, performing, breaking everything down.
Loading back up and driving 2-3 hours to get back home.
And then you take your Friday or your Saturday. I don't know, like, your days off, but like right now for me, mine is Saturday and Sunday at the moment. So that's like you're taking your weekend to go pursue your passion, and then when you're done with that, it's Sunday, then Monday back to the grind.
Back to the same old. But like I said, I live for this shit. I love it. Been doing it for a long time, so it doesn't really bother me. But it does take a toll physically on your body because you are nonstop. You got one day to rest, because if you play 2 shows on a weekend, your Sunday's your day of rest, and 8 hours, 10 hours, that's not enough. So come Monday, you're back at work. No red eye and everybody. Your boss is yelling at you, "Hurry up, get this done." Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get it done. When I get it done, I'm so freaking tired. But being my passion and everything, it really doesn't bother me. But like I said, you still have to weigh it out. Is it really worth our time? And sometimes we just say screw it and go do it anyway, because this is what we do. We're not really in for the money. We're just in for pulling the crowd in and getting our music out there. It's fun.
What's the craziest thing that you've been in music for over 20 years? What's the craziest thing that's ever happened? Like at a live performance, just anything like really wild?
Oh my God. Yes, I've seen, I don't know if I could put it, because some of it's really perverted that I've seen, and I'm just not going to say it. But we played with a band called, I think The Goat and Your Mom. You ever heard of it?
That's starting off good right there. The Goat and Your Mom?
I think that's what they're called. And the vocalist is like, he's the show. And the music's right and everything, but he's the freaking show. So this was at Babylon, and I knew what we were getting into when it got on stage. But when you actually see it happen in front of you, you're like, oh my God, why? I take my phone, I'm fucking recording this, because you will not see this again. So this dude had 2 women hold tambourines, and he takes his junk and starts slapping on a tambourine. I'm like, are we watching this? And the whole time on his performance, all you see is his junk just flapping around. I'm like, all right, Goat and Your Mom. Good music, but kind of perverted.
Well, he ain't shy.
No, far from it. Even when you're going like out the show and talk to him, it's just right there. I'm trying to keep eye contact because it's fucking right there. Like, great show. Hope we do it again. I'm out here.
Did he stand like this? With his legs out like that?
Not while he was talking to me, because then that would have felt really awkward.
Well, that's a first one for me.
It was for me too, buddy.
Using the male appendage as a musical instrument or a tool for
he did it very well. You could go, it's on YouTube too, somewhere. I don't know if they're still playing, but that was a show that I will never forget.
I don't think I can get that out of my mind right now. No. That's all I see going on.
His garment was the American flag, so I was like, at least he's patriotic about it.
I'm talking about a party trick for sure.
I'm pretty sure he'll do a party favor for you.
I wonder how he concluded that into his thing. Like, where did he get that idea?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Did he try on other instruments? Like, this just don't make the right sound. Bloom, 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 bing, bing.
He's really good at giving mushroom stamps. I don't know if you...
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's where he got the idea from. Maybe I use a tambourine instead. It works.
And well, I don't think much can top that one.
No, at this moment, no. But I still have years to go. Hopefully, I'll see something that will top it, and come back and tell you and everybody else.
Nice.
But that's where we at with music right now.
And anything else going on outside of the music?
So a few months back in 2025, I did a social experiment with myself, and I took a deep dive into finding out what the big deal was about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all this other stuff. And it was more of an emotional journey down a rabbit hole that I don't suggest for everybody else to try it, figure out where it came from. But as I was going through all this, they had these certain groups you could get in, chat groups and everything, with a bunch of people from overseas, Eastern people, Europeans, all kind. And the more you chat with them, the more knowledge you understand why they're doing this and how much money and how ridiculous the amount they make off of this. Not many Westerns do it. I know some of them do it, but I don't think they make the amount of money Eastern people do it. I don't know if it's they know certain loopholes or something. I don't know, but they make an insane amount. But then I started going further down that hole, and when I found out why BTC and Bitcoin was created, it was mainly to fund drug smuggling, sex trafficking, human trafficking, because Bitcoin, you can't trace where the money goes or where it comes from. So it's a perfect cover to pay off all these people. So that was, when I found that out, I started incorporating that with our chats and everything. And they was like, no, that's not what it was made. I'm like, are you sure? Because from what the information I'm gathering, the further I go down this hole, this is where and why it was made. And some of them get offended by it, but some of them will actually sit there and talk to you about it. And there's two people that names came up that created it. And one, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to start him, but one of them was Epstein. Because if you read into Epstein's files, he was into all that. But I think he's more of a fall guy than anything. I think somebody was behind it. But they say he was part of the creation of Bitcoin.
And now we got Bitcoin vending machines and gas stations and all types of stuff.
And when I was coming back from Metairie, I stopped by a gas station. Behold, I looked to the side. There's a freaking Bitcoin machine right there. It's like, it's everywhere. Not many people that I work with are, they don't do it or get involved with it. Because some people that did get involved with it, they lost everything. They put their life savings into the thing they're going to get rich, and next you know, it bottoms out and they lost their whole life savings. So I was like, it's almost like a Ponzi scheme to me too. Only certain people that get involved will make money, and some will just fall and lose everything. But the whole Bitcoin thing was for, drug smuggling, sex trafficking.
That's crazy. And, I'm not surprised either.
I'm not either, because if you would just use, the good hard dollar, that you could trace that. But if you have a digital currency that's untraceable and desensitized, you cannot find it.
Yep.
So if you know, what was it? A few years ago, our border was wide open. So that made a perfect opening for them to make a lot of money.
It's always blew my mind on how much money, like, we can just use, for example, like the cartels in the general, I don't know all the specific ones and all the different crime organizations, but it's just crazy the amount of money they make off of drugs, and then all the lengths they go to get it from Mexico into America to make all that money.
Yeah, it's I think it was a couple of months ago, they had that Mexico got hit by cartels because they lost one of their leaders.
Yeah.
So that was something that threw my radar up, because everybody was running back to the border trying to come to America Then next you know, 2 months later we have another war. So it's like this war is taking your eyes off of this war, and it's back and forth. So yeah, the cartels are making tons and tons of money off these drugs just to get it into the U.S. But just the U.S., they're not sending the drugs really anywhere else because there's more stricter rules in other countries than the U.S. U.S. is open for anything, which blows my mind. Shouldn't we have stricter regulations or something? But we don't. We're an open, free economy.
There was it. Is it Thailand? I think they kill you for having marijuana.
Mm-hmm. No,
if you try to smuggle it in even a little bit, they execute you, something like that.
Thailand, China especially. China banned Bitcoin because they knew it would ruin their economy if they allowed this to happen. So if you're caught trading anything like that, you will go to jail for 20, maybe plus years, or execute. OnlyFans, all this stuff is banned in other countries, but you come to America, you're fine. You can do whatever you want. So why not learn from other countries? Maybe this would help us out as a society.
That's like for years and years, sports gambling was super illegal in America, and now it's everywhere.
Well, sports is a entertainment purposes only, so that tells me right there it's already rigged. So everybody knows who's gonna win. You just gotta know the right people to win your money. So basketball, football, any type of sport that says for entertainment purpose only, I will not even tune into. It's not worth my time. It should not be worth your time either.
Yeah, I mean, I watch LSU football, but you know, ever since the no call with New Orleans, and it kind of opened my eyes to really see the NFL for what it is.
Yeah, it's this the whole thing's a stage. Everything we live through is all staged anyway. So that's why I stick to my small circle and dive into stuff that will educate me or, take my learning further to help me out in life.
I know that you're big into working out. Have you seen the new hydrogen water bottles that they have out there now?
Yeah, I wouldn't even screw with that.
And so I thought you would. So them things average anywhere between 80 for a low end to like 250. And I was just wondering, what is this? Why is it so great? So I looked it up, and basically it just adds more H2 hydrogen gas to the water, and it's supposed to be better for you, but it's no real study at all, anywhere. So it's like a Ponzi workout thing that they're trying to push, but it really is no science behind it.
No, there's no I did the same thing. I heard about it, and guy I work with, he huge into it. I'm like, are you serious? It just came out, and now you're really big into it. The only thing that was heavily researched and proven to be effective is creatine. I said it last time I was here. That's the only thing that's been proven that will help your workout. So when you got all these people that, like you said, it's H2 hydrogen, whatever it is, it's a gimmick to sucker people in. Give me your money, drink it, whatever you do with it, and 9 out of 10, 3 months later, you're gonna probably have some kind of fucking health issue. That's all it is. Like you said, Ponzi scheme. It is everything.
I don't know if the fitness world people know this, but I think it's like $100 million is made every year off fitness. And how healthy is America getting? Less and less every year.
Yeah, they make a lot of money off of it, but like you said, American health has, I think, what was it, 96 is when, last time I looked, that's when the decline really hit hard on obesity and every other health issue due to bad product, poor eating habits, and the chemicals they use to get you addicted to whatever food or substance you want to take. So from 95 until now, our decline, especially in the Western world, has been terrible. Obesity is over, I think it's 350% now.
Yep. Pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke, everything is through the roof now.
Cancer is 250% up, and that spiked after COVID and the vaccines and everything.
But what a surprise.
What a surprise, yeah, but we don't have to get into that. If we want to, we can, but Everybody's going to probably like, no, that's not true. Well, then do the fucking research yourself.
I ain't gonna lie. I tell the whole world, I didn't get the shot.
I didn't either. And
I'm still fine. I'm still
fine.
here.
It didn't kill me. And they say I had COVID one day. You mean I had the flu? I had flu symptoms. It wasn't COVID. You just tell them it's COVID so you can get your kickback or whatever it is you get from it. And every single pharmaceutical that had Pfizer or whatever, they made billions off of this misery they caused for how many years COVID went on? It's stupid.
3 or 4?
So billions were made.
Oh, yeah.
And people suffered and passed away, loved ones lost, because they took this vaccine supposedly stops the virus or helps you from not getting the virus. Dude, you're going to get sick no matter what. A virus is a virus.
And they didn't really have no time to test it either. So you ain't telling what the long-term effects on certain people it will have in the future.
Especially if you have a health issue. If you have heart issues or kidney issues, guess what? You're putting a chemical inside your body that's probably going to damage you. And that's why we had so many people that passed away, because they had pre-existing health problems. And speaking of Pfizer and even Bill Gates, for God's sake, if you go look at all the products they're making, Pfizer actually makes cheese now. Exactly. That shredded cheese that you buy in them bags that lasts forever on the shelf, Pfizer has their hands into that. Bill Gates with his artificial meat, which is not real. Why the fuck would you eat that? If nature didn't make it, don't fucking take it. That's the way I see it. So yeah, Pfizer, Bill Gates, says their whole net worth is skyrocketing while everybody else's health is deteriorating right in front of our eyes.
See, that's one thing that I've never understood about the world is like, how do you have all this money and you watch the world burn,
I think somebody said, I think Elon Musk could give everybody in the world $1 million and he still would not be poor. Just think about it. How the fuck do you have that much money? Pelosi, if you haven't followed her stock market scheme, how the hell do you come from making $150,000 a year to millions?
There's a lot of them in Congress like that.
Yeah, so
former presidents, first ladies.
It blows my mind that from Bitcoin to COVID to stock market, how the people at the bottom keep falling off, can't make money. As for they get the inside detail on everything.
But that's supposed to be called insider trading, but hey.
That's against the law, according to what I read. Inside trading is not supposed to be happening.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. That's why most foreigners, China, all of them want to come here, because they can capitalize easily more than an actual American has been born here. If you haven't noticed that. How is that possible? I don't know. I haven't dove into that part yet. I'm getting there.
I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I know if you come from another country and want to start up a business, you can actually get a loan from the government to do that.
No, that is true.
And versus where I wouldn't get a loan from the government to start a business.
No, there's too much red tape for you. It would take you years to start up in your own business, but they can come here, get a government loan, open their business, and their net worth is going to take off. Then being born here, you're pretty much screwed. You will grind until you in your grave, which is okay with me. So I'm happy they make money and everything, but it should be the same for everyone if you come to America or live in America. But it's not that way.
Yeah, that's like that TV show Undercover Boss and stuff like that. That shit's so fucking fake.
Reality TV is the most dumbest thing they have ever incorporated into television programming. That's not life. That's not how it works. I work for somebody, and yeah, okay, I work to make him to make money. That's how that works, and I can't get fruits off his labor. I know how it works, but as for Undercover Boss, no, wait, that's not how work life works.
And people believe that too. Like that's a real, like people really sit there and believe that. And that's something too, is like, how do you fight the masses when they've been dumbed down and they accept what is given to them without thinking for themselves?
Well, there's only a few people in this world that I actually know that think for themselves. And I mean, when I'm in a few, I can hold you in my fucking hand. And those are the people that are in my circle. One, you, because at least you let me come on here and just vent and talk about anything. That makes me know that you're open-minded to this shit and you already looked into this. But as for the dumbed down nation, the sheeps that walk around blind, you can't help that. That was years and years of brainwashing your punk ass to believe that this is what America's like. This is life. This is happy. You will own nothing and be happy. That's what America is now.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, you pay taxes, and you can't just buy a piece of property and say that's yours forever. You're going to buy that property and then pay taxes on it until the day you die.
Pretty much.
So is that yours?
No.
It's the government's.
Yeah. Just like your 401k. If you want to take out your 401k, guess what? You have to pay a loan or a penalty.
Yeah.
That's my fucking money. Well, no, sir. You still have to pay taxes on it. How the fuck am I paying money? I'm taking out my check, putting it into my 401k. Explain that to me.
Yep.
No, you can't. So everything as being a actual American, it's not free, dude. But if you come from a foreign country, which I'm not, if you do it legally and you come in here, pay the dues and all that, great. But as for you getting a government loan to start up your soon to be $1 million business and somebody like me can't do it, then there's something wrong.
Yep.
That's just my take on that bullshit.
I mean, because I would like to open a gas station.
Fuck, why not?
And sell lottery tickets and cigarettes and Swisher Sweets and candy and make enough money so I can. Now, let me not throw people under the bus, because I do like old dude. He's pretty cool people, but he can't. All I'm gonna say is this dude is obviously from another country, and he bought a business in our town, and he's traveling to Paris and stuff with his son. But
yeah,
I'm guaranteeing the government gave him help to get that established. But where's my help? I want to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying I can't do something. I'm just saying it's a lot easier for that avenue than mine.
You could say for a foreigner. It is what it is. It shouldn't be is what it is. It shouldn't be. But when I see, where was I? I think it was in Baton Rouge. Some random gas station. I'm not going to say where this person was from. You could tell from his establishment how much money he has made just by the way he carries himself. And you look in the parking lot, you see what he's driving. You see what I'm driving. I have to work my butt off for this. Like literally grind my knuckles on the concrete. And some of these people just have it nice and easy. I'm not really complaining about it because I really don't give a shit. I hope you're happy about it. I'm happy with my life. But it should be all rules apply for everyone across the board. But it doesn't, because you know what? Was it George Carlin that said this? It's a big club and you and I aren't part of it.
Yep. Yeah, the only way you can be a part of it's if you go to Bohemian Grove in California.
Yeah.
I know you know what that is.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about
it. I mean, it's nothing. It's the truth.
It is the truth.
It is what it is, because I work really hard for a corporation too.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of their club, but I would like to have access to some of their findings or fundings or something like that, to where not just me and my family could profit from it, but man, I would like to see some of my friends succeed a little bit more than what they are, to where they don't have to wake up at 3 a.m, grind 15 hours a day, get 2 hours of sleep, and do it the next day again. That's not how life was supposed to be. This is not how it's meant to be. But why is it that way? Why does certain people have to break their backs? Even though you have a college education, you still have to break your back. But then you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars a year to get a college education, but then you can't get a decent job. I feel sorry for those kids. I really do. I
think it was in 1965 or 1970, the tuition, the reason why I know this is Ancestry.com linked me to some of my ancestors that went to Yale or some shit. But I was just looking through their little story, and the tuition for Yale was $900. Imagine what it is now. 40 something years later.
I think last time I checked, I can't remember which university it was. It was like almost 80 grand for a year for a kid to get an education. Why the fuck do you need to pay 80 grand for an education? Learning should be fucking given to you, not paid for.
And that's something you would think any learning institution would be free because of the person you're creating with that knowledge. A doctor, a lawyer, a service engineer, just anything. And it's like you can only become that if you have the right amount of money. That's just weird to me.
Like I said, it's a big club, dude. And certain people get it. But like in Japan, I hate to bring this part up, but the way their educational system work is, I wish Western would kind of incorporate it. There's no janitors in their schools. You know that, right? You clean up after yourself. After every school day, you clean up after yourself. That creates discipline in your student. So that helps out that part of society. It's the cleanest fucking place you'll go. Their sewages are clean because they got fish in there eating all the particles and everything. You dive into some Eastern, the way they live is the way every society should live. I
think I seen, if I'm not mistaken, Japan has some of their sidewalks now power their street lights and stuff through the vibration of people walking on it.
That's smart living. So you don't have generators running to produce this. You have people walking, which, I mean, how many people walk in Japan? Millions. So every time you step on that, I guess I call it a brick, it sends charges throughout there into generators to power up everything. I was like, that's freaking smart. Why not incorporate that in everywheres?
I don't know.
Because the big people don't want us benefiting. Because now that we still pay for electricity, how much every fucking month, my bill's up and down. I don't know what I'm paying every month now.
Oh, you have Clico too?
Of course.
Yeah, Clico has been very nice to me the last 2 months.
Oh, great.
Just to say
they'll screw you later.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like they've been very nice to me.
Okay,
they're doing it right now.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Especially during the winter times, like I don't use my heater. If I'm cold, I'm going to put a blanket on, and for some reason my bill is like skyrocketing. Who the fuck I'm paying for? I must be paying my neighbor's bill. So, fuck Clico. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
You know what's crazy, though, is I was thinking, like, my house, right? Everything's powered through electricity now, but I remember growing up, we would chop wood. We'd have wood heaters in our houses, and, like, the hot water heater was gas. It wasn't electric.
Kerosene heaters.
Yeah, so it's like they push everything to be electric and da-da-da-da, but it's like we live right here. There's woods everywhere. We got two major industries, Boise and Royal Martin, all plywood, all trees, and it's like no houses have chimneys no more. Not a lot of houses have, people do wood heaters, get ricks of firewood just to heat their house to not have to pay Clico that heating charge, basically. And I just wonder if that's like through time, through insurance and stuff, they made it that way. So if you had a fireplace in your house, your insurance would be so high that you would have to take it out have electrical appliances because it's safer.
That makes sense.
But then backdoor, 10 years later, everything's electricity now. So it's like, you know what? Slowly tick up the prices on it. What are you going to do about it?
You're still going to pay it.
Year after year after year, Clico bills go, the actual minimum price goes up every year. You have to pay for it.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me because you are correct about that. Back in the 80s, like around this area, chimneys. Everywhere. So around 90s, that started declining probably too because we, Clico or Slimco or I don't know who else is around here. They need their energy costs. So, but you're not just paying for electricity, you're paying for the infrastructure bill too. Because if they have an infrastructure project down the road, you have to pay for that. That's coming out of your pocket. That's your tax paying money. So they charge you more on your electric bill to pay for the infrastructure bill. Then you have this another charge. I forgot what it is. I had like 10 different fucking charges on my bill. Why can't I just pay for the electricity? infrastructure should not come out or be added on to my electric bill. That should be something else. I mean, raise the fucking money. Don't take it from the people. We're already struggling with high prices on food. The gas prices, I mean, are up and down every freaking day. One day is $3, the next day is $3.40. How's that even possible? I know how it's possible because they could dictate what they're paying us no matter what. That's just BS to me.
And always boils down to me is like, why do you need that much money? I don't know why.
No one needs that much money. Do I want money? Sure, why not? But if I don't get it, guess what? I'm not going home and cry. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do every day, grind and make whatever I make to pay bills and put food on my table. That's just life. But I don't appreciate the disrespect to the actual American people to see certain people come from overseas into our country, make millions and millions of dollars, and they're helped by our own government, which the government is owned by somebody else higher than they are. They're just the fucking puppets and everything. So whoever that guy is way up here, that's the motherfucker making all the fucking money and pulling all the strings to let all these foreigners into our country, which, welcome to America, but at the same time, it should be equal across the board.
Yep.
Sorry.
No. I was trying to think. I was like, think of something, Joe. Come on, we can do it a little bit longer. What's this? Your 1, 2, 3, fourth time on now, right? Or fifth? You're an OG legend on the show.
I'm getting there. Maybe 2 more times, and then you can call me OG. I'll put a fucking tattoo on me or some shit. OG for Third Coast. Gotta represent.
Yeah, you brought it up earlier what episode this is, but we are close to 300.
See,
that's so crazy.
You're from the fucking South. You know that, right? We have, and I don't like the word talent. I don't like telling someone they're a talented person. I'm going to say you're a hard worker. Because I were to tell someone they're a hard worker, then, oh, you're talented. No, you're not. You grind, you sweat, and you put so much thought and idea to your craft. That's not talent. That's fucking hard work. You go to bed. I'm pretty sure your mind's working. Man, what can I do next? What can I say next? How can I incorporate this? That's just like music or open art production with movies and everything. This is not talent. This is fucking hard work happening in our state of Louisiana. We're the fucking South. What do we all have to offer? Fucking hard work. Bro, you have my respect with all this. Everybody does. That go outside their realm of working to pursue passion or anything. That's straight hard work, and you can't help but respect and love that. So you have my respect and love, bro.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And it's likewise to you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I love doing what I do, and I do it to the best of my ability. And like I said, I'll go to bed, sleep. I have a fucking song in my head right now. By the time I go home, I'm going to have to jot something down so I don't fucking forget it to where I can write something later. But I sleep, eat, breathe this shit. I mean, I'm not saying I was born to do this, but I watched so many people put their heart, blood, sweat, and tears to their passion, even though it doesn't take them far in life. But seeing that sparkle in their eye, man, that to me, you have to respect that. This past show we did in Leesville, we had people there and everything, but I was talking to the first guy that was in the band, Hexbone. Shout out to Hexbone. This guy can shred the fuck out of guitar. Check him out. Y'all fucking love him. But I was talking to him after we performed, and he says, I love doing shows like this, close-knit and everything, because it's more personal than being at a huge venue with thousands and thousands of people. You're not going to talk to everybody there. But you could go up to individuals and talk to these small personal venues and hear what they say about your performance or how can you do this? I mean, I don't understand. And you could have a personal conversation with them. And he said, this is what music was supposed to be meant about. Having a personal connection with your crowd. So Hexbone, check him out. Oh, also Twisted Existence. Homeboy from Gray Areas, Randy.
Randy, yeah.
That dude can throw the fuck down some Pantera covers, dude. Holy shit. Check him out.
Man, there was somebody else I seen y'all were performing. Who did y'all? Did y'all perform with Savage Wrath recently?
Man, them boys some thrash metal heads.
Out of Alexandria?
Oh, hell yeah. I had a blast watching those motherfuckers. Like, damn. It was just a 3-piece band. The fourth one wasn't, I can't remember why. But no, they were fun to play with. And we're going to do more shows with them because that genre is just fun to play with.
Yeah, I met them at Gray Area's performance up at, was it Riverfit, I think?
Yeah, something. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, they played after Gray Areas, and they're pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Very talented, hardworking people, but they mastered their craft very well. So yeah, check out Savage Wrath, Alexandria, I think it is. Their own social platforms too.
Well, anything else you got?
My piece of advice for everybody today that I repeat this to myself and everything. Life's hard. Choose your type of hard in life. Waking up is hard. Going to work is hard. Being depressed is hard. Being poor is hard. Being wealthy is hard. Being happy is hard. Being sad is hard. Having a great family is hard. Whatever you choose in life, choose your type of hard and do the best at it.
Them great words of wisdom right there. My words of wisdom is never let no one tell you to stop doing your passion. If you're passionate about it and you want to do it, you can do it. And you don't need your name on the billboard down the road and nice neon lights. You just gotta, if you like doing it, just keep doing it, no matter where it leads.
That's right, because you never know where that road's going to take you.
Yep.
Man, I thank you so much for having me again.
No, it's
much love.
Likewise, bro. Thank you for coming down to big old Oakdale, Louisiana.
Fucking Oakdale rocks, dude. What you talking about?
You ever had Burger Inn before?
Fucking right.
Oh, okay.
Been there, and they got a little gas station out, Exxon or something that has some pretty good burgers and potato wedges or some shit like that. So Oakdale got some pretty good food. Also, Leesville, Froggy Bottom, best fried pickles you'll ever eat.
I'm gonna have to make a trip out there just to get some pickles.
Hey, I'm telling you, you'll fucking love it.
But Aaron, thank you so much. And you already know who it is. I'm Joe What It Do, Gators. And we out.